welcome everyone to the December edition of the Chamber Chat. Can you believe this year has flown by?
It has. I can't believe it's December.
Oh my goodness, I know it. But you know what? This last month has been pretty busy.
It has been crazy.
Yes, but you know what? We've still got lots of good stuff to talk about.
Absolutely. Never ends.
Never ends. But most of my stuff's over, so I'm like, yay. But anyway, before we get to talking about that, and before we talk to all our special guests, we gave one of the most well-deserved Community Improvement Awards we've ever given.
Yes.
To the Cumberland Presbyterian Church, 201 South College Street, Smithville, for their exterior improvements to their building. And let me tell you, I kept going, now what did you improve? It's so seamless.
Yeah.
And looks like it's original to the building. You would never known that they had torn off the old front of that church and replaced it with a new brick landing and the steps and the railings and the planters.
That's when you know they've done it right, when you really can't tell. You know it's different, but they had such constraints. It was so, the streets are right there. What are you going to do? And they did a beautiful job.
It's incredible. And they added all this outdoor seating. They've got gliders and swings and chairs, and it's fabulous.
Yes.
Brother Larry Green, he's my buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, they did a great job. That whole church worked hard, I'm sure. And so, anyway, good job, you guys. And I want to say a couple of things before we get to the upcoming events.
Yes.
I want to say something about the events we've already had. Yeah.
Yes.
The Chamber Prayer Breakfast, we had we had between 80 and 90 people there, which is a pretty good crowd for 7 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, we're
you weren't there, and you weren't there.
That's pretty early in the morning.
No, it was great.
But anyway,
we love it.
Oh, we appreciate everybody that came out and all the businesses that supported it.
And Lori Nellis, her talk on New Frontiers. I'm very familiar with New Frontiers, but the story of how they began and why they're in DeKalb County, I hear it for the first time every time I hear it. And they're such beautiful people and walk with the Lord in everything that they do. And what a great, inspiring way to begin the season.
Well, every year we take the current leadership DeKalb class down to New Frontiers, and every year most of the class said we didn't even know this was here.
Never even knew it was there.
It's an amazing blessing in DeKalb County.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, especially if you like to zip line and do all those wild and crazy
adventure
things. Yeah.
In fact, we were watching a show just the other day, and like The Amazing Race or something, and they had their harnesses on, but it was like all loosey-goosey, and my son Nate looked at me and said, their harnesses aren't tied enough. And I thought, good for you.
Yeah.
See, you learned something.
They take care of you, New Frontiers. Everything's done
That's right.
Correctly. And then I also want to say thank you to Chef Jason Evans of the Ed and Evans Mill and his staff. They did a great job serving.
We are so spoiled.
We are so spoiled, yes. And talk about serving though. You, Jen, and the leadership class of 2013.
Yes.
I don't know what I would do without them at the prayer breakfast. It looks like, oh my goodness, I've got such a hard job, but these people are doing all the work.
They were
serving the food. They're cleaning up afterwards. It made
saying prayers. Going up. Okay, now put that coffee pot down and go up there and say a prayer.
Yeah, put that pot down and get that. They were doing it all.
They were.
Yeah. Well, we decided that since they're going to be there anyway, we might as well let them just
put them to work
to the max. That's right. So anyway, but we really appreciate them. And Jen, you had on 2 hats that day. You're also like a Boy Scout something another.
I am. I'm not quite sure what I am because I'm not a boy.
Well, the Boy Scout troop number 347. I can't even think of an event that they have not been to, a chamber event.
Well, we appreciate you continuing to ask us.
Oh,
so we must be doing okay.
I'm just amazed that they keep coming.
But we're just so proud to have boys in the community who are willing to do service projects and be involved. I think it really we are training our next generation on how to be involved and even though they come and they think, oh, look at that spread, they come for the food. It is great training for them to see all the wonderful things that we get to be a part of, and so we appreciate that.
And they couldn't get there and do all this without their leaders. I want to say a big thank you to, I know Dr. Sherwood was there, Doug Stevens was there, and then we appreciate you, and and they just we appreciate them participating in everything. It's a great group of kids, and I always tell my husband, this is some of our representatives are DeKalb County's future, and it's going to be a bright future because these kids are great.
Yep. So, Scouting is a great organization.
And just quickly, thank you to our entertainment for that morning, Tamomi McDowell. I love Tamomi.
I know.
Matt Gillard, Suzanne Slager, and Chris Summers.
And you know what's fun?
What?
I saw the Nellises going to Matt Gillard after the program and saying, man, we need to talk. And so I think that that's kind of a cool thing, too, that when you have a community event where you bring different people together, that maybe there's some connections and networking that going on that is really beneficial.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That was and Matt did a beautiful job, sang some great songs that were really inspiring, and he is so talented.
He is.
And so it's just neat to see connections going on.
You're right. And then I've got to say, of course, thank you to our chamber president, Kathy McLamory, and all our board of directors, and then my assistant, Lou Ann Sanders.
And Mike Foster, and all the folks at the county
all the
complex.
presenters that were up there for the day. Catherine Pack helped us out. We really appreciate it. But anyway.
Yeah, great day.
Oh, and I got it now, just days ago. Christmas on the Square. And we just rolled everything into one. I thought, why not? Christmas on the Square, downtown renovation celebration, chamber open house, courthouse.
And then
open
about
house.
2 a.m, you're like, what was I thinking?
It turned out beautiful.
It turned out so
the weather was nice. Everything was great.
Well, it started off early not too early. At 9 o'clock, the people from the Department of Economic and Community Development came down. They're the ones that's helping us with our Tennessee Downtowns program. And, oh my goodness, we got to present all those checks that morning. I have never had such a fun day at the chamber in my life. Who knew giving away that much money would be so fun? I would think keeping it would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
but giving it away was like, oh my goodness. It was like a drug to me. I was so excited. I was like, hand out more money. But anyway, I've got to write some more grants where I can hand out money. I love that. And so anyway, we had a ball doing that. And let me tell you, I've never seen people just all of a sudden become 10 years old. You would have thought all these adults, and they were like 10-year-old boys and girls getting Christmas
chocolate bar.
They were so excited. So that made it really super special. But we had a ball doing that. And then, of course, that night.
But I have to say, have a ball.
Yeah.
Celebrating is important, but have you looked at downtown lately?
Oh my goodness!
I mean, that's the reward for everybody. The buildings are. I mean, people are sprucing things up. It looks great.
Well, and we had a PowerPoint. Of course, I get my daughter Beth to come in and do a video presentation so I could show the befores and afters. And people didn't realize how much before and after there was till you see it.
Yeah.
I took a tape the other day at the library, and it's amazing to see the transformation.
It really is. It's a difference in it.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. Well,
So we're glad that they were rewarded for their hard effort, because I know lots of folks are putting a lot of effort into making downtown look the way it does.
Yes, and then, we had our courthouse open house, which I appreciate. I know everybody's so busy, and they've got church musicals they're getting ready for, and family stuff, but yet they still pull together, getting all that food together, the county officials, we appreciate them. We were glad to have our chamber open house that night. Maybe people now start, getting where we are in the courthouse 201. And then again, Boy Scout Troop number 347 were there, and I got to tell you, I got a lot of grief over this because I had a public display of just weeping. I couldn't help myself. Well, here we are. We're outside the courthouse, and the community chorus is singing better than I've ever heard them in my entire life. It was absolutely phenomenal. Miss Fuquay's right there leading everybody. And then the Boy Scouts are going around lighting all the candles. We have 250 candles. And then they start singing Silent Night. I was a goner. Oh my goodness, it was like a Norman Rockwell picture. I couldn't help myself. It was so pretty. And then, of course, Mike Foster's teasing me, like, oh, what are you crying about?
Yeah, right.
Come on, really,
Yeah,
look
right.
at this. I know he was wanting to cry, he just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But it was
You know what my husband
husband
says? My husband loves to go with me, but the two of us, to sappy movies, because just about that time that he feels like crying himself, he looks over and laughs at me because I'll be bawling.
That was it.
So that was it. See, you were just helping everyone else.
Well, anyway, it That was a beautiful moment, I gotta say. And then we had the tree lighting, and I gotta say, a big thank you to the city of Smithville. They provided that fun photo booth where you could put on the big glasses and act all silly. You know, I ended up in like 3 pictures for that. I know, with different people. It was fun. And then the DJ music they provided, and all the new decorations downtown.
Yep.
And then Kathy Hendrickson's here from Justin Potter Library. I walked over to the library, and they're standing room only. I mean, it is packed. Y'all had a good...
We did. We had a beautiful time over there, and we really, really appreciate everyone coming out. And also, we enjoyed Shan Burklow coming over. You don't know her, though.
Oh, I don't know her.
Well,
I don't claim to know
she
her.
did a wonderful job, and everybody had a great time, and all the kids and the adults have a good time, too. They don't act like they enjoy all the little kiddie stuff.
Oh, no, I always try to grab a kid so that I can go and enjoy
they're
myself.
just as bad as the kids. They enjoy the puppet shows and the the story hours. So
absolutely.
we had a fun time. We appreciate being included in that. So anyway, we're looking forward to next year.
Oh, me too. I'm already planning next year, aren't you? And then I've got to say a big thank you to Brownie Titsworth. He brought out his horses and his wagon, and he is the reason we had that night. Let me tell you, one night about 10 years ago, I was working late at the chamber, feeling kind of sorry for myself probably, and I looked out the window, and there is Brownie going around the square with his horses and a wagon full of kids and adults. And I went, oh my goodness, we have got to have some sort of Christmas thing on the square here. And in like 3 weeks we did. We had our first one right after I saw him. But he was the inspiration. And then he was again there at this, current one we just had. So anyway.
What a special treat to have him there with his wagon.
And then one more thing I got to say is that Mr. Tommy Webb came over to me at the Christmas parade on Saturday, and he said, I just had to tell you, that night was incredible. He said, I enjoyed it. Everybody's talking about it, and I thought, somebody probably hadn't told Suzanne it was a good night. I'm going to go tell her. And he came over, and of course I hugged his neck 15 times because I was so excited. But anyway, I appreciated that, and he said it was wonderful. He loved it at the library, the courthouse, everything, just downtown. And we appreciate all the downtown businesses. We had some great sales that night.
Yep.
Flutie had 20% off everything in the entire store and no taxes. Wow, that's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
And the weather was so good, the little critters, inflatables, and the train actually showed up.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And they were in a great little spot so that they were kind of blocked from the sun. It was good that they figured out which direction the wind was coming from, and they put it in a spot that was just perfect.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make a bigger deal about this next month, but I'm going to go ahead and announce our new chamber board of directors.
I know, it's
because
that
it's
time.
starting in January. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's our new group. I think you're going to be pretty impressed. Rachel Gregory, a federal mogul. She's the new
fabulous,
HR.
fabulous
I've not
gal.
even met her yet, but you haven't.
I have. She's great.
Jeff Cripps of Regions Bank. I love Jeff. Known him forever. Sue Conley, she's our new CEO.
I can't believe it. We are so
Hospital.
lucky. She is awesome.
She is awesome. Yeah.
She's going to have some great ideas for us, too.
Oh, yeah.
I love the combination of having people who are from here, who know the grassroots of our community, and then folks who are from someplace else who can maybe bring some different ideas and some fresh thoughts.
You're right. We have a combination
It
of
is.
that.
It's a good combination.
Sherry Harris, she's from DNS Specialties. She is a little fireball. I love her. I encourage her. She comes over just to encourage us at the chamber about every other week.
And I'm telling you, if you need a T-shirt or a bag or anything that has your logo or sport memorabilia, any type of anything that you're looking for, they are the easiest, most helpful people to work with.
Oh, goodness.
Just
she
love
is.
them.
And she's fun, yes.
Yeah.
And then Steen Pritchard of Pritchard's Foods.
Steen.
We love Steen. I'm on the board of the Alexander Senior Center with him, and I've gotten to know him, and he doesn't.
We are so lucky to get him on the board.
He is an incredible person.
He's a great business person.
So anyway, well, enough of that. Let's get now on to the community stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Now, we've started this new segment with the DeKalb Community Hospital so they can let us know all the great services they've got going on. And, talk about fortunate this morning. And you may not even know this yet. We have our brand new Chief Nursing Officer for Stones River and DeKalb Community Hospital here. Kim Frazier.
I thought Kim was here.
She is. She is now.
Kim.
That was just Kim.
Kim Frazier, but she is now the Chief Nursing
congratulations.
Officer.
That's great.
Thank you. I'm
that's
so
good.
excited.
Congratulations,
Thank
number
you.
one, and we're excited too. But tell us some of the updates from the
Oh
DeKalb
gosh,
Community
we're
Hospital.
so excited. We've got so many wonderful things going on in the services that we're bringing to the community. It is such a blessing, I'll tell you. And I've worked for different facilities and different hospitals throughout the the region. And I will tell you that the services we offer here in our community is such a blessing to be able to bring this to our people and give the community what they deserve in healthcare. And we have so many wonderful things. I know you knew about that. We've got the orthopedic surgeons that we offer for the facility. And we also offer some general surgeons. We've got a new general surgeon that's come in, so that gives us more availability to be able to offer that service. And coming in January, this just in, is that we think we have a new OB surgeon that's going to be coming to the area.
Oh, wow.
And that's a huge service for the women of the community to be able to provide that. So we are so excited about the growth and the things that we're starting to offer and just where we're going with the facility. I think it's like I said, it's a blessing to be a part of it and to be able to give back to the community what they give so much to everybody else.
Well, it's such a blessing when you don't have to travel so far,
Oh,
but you can
it
be
is
right
a
here and get
huge
the quality
blessing.
health care you need.
Yes, it really is. And it's well deserved because, and you think of the different types of people that need different things, and especially in the elderly population and the elderly spouse that may be in the hospital, the difficulty of traveling to Nashville every day back and forth just to visit. And we have such amazing physicians here, and we are offering such amazing nursing care on top of that. It's just growing. It's exciting.
Well, I know, I experienced firsthand just several months ago, my mom got, seriously ill and up until she had to be hospitalized, it was so great to be able to have, her doctor's local where I didn't have to travel so far for her. And Dr. Dana Thompson was here and seeing her, and that was such a blessing.
And it's so important, too, because it's important to us, especially in the nursing part of the facility, that everybody recognizes that they are somebody to us. And it's very difficult. You have some wonderful services in Nashville, and I don't want to take anything away from that.
Right, and we can't provide everything.
Yes.
We can't, obviously. There's so
Yeah.
many things that are wonderful that are out there for us to take advantage of, but sometimes you get caught in the number or the disease process when you're in a larger facility, and it's a little more, it's just not as personal as you can get at DeKalb. And so, all of the nurses look at each of the patients as an extension of their family or somebody that they know. And it's really important to get that personalized care.
Right, and it certainly makes a difference.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And I think it makes a difference. That's maybe one of the reasons why we are able to get so many specialists to come to DeKalb, because they love working with the staff here. They love working with the people here. I mean, it really, it's an escape for them from the rat race where they usually operate.
Really
I mean,
is.
we get a lot of specialists because they love coming to DeKalb.
Yes. Well, we have such a wonderful group. I'm telling you, our physician group and our nursing group and the ancillary departments all around. They're just a lot of caring people. We're blessed to have them.
Well, it's just been such a blessing to serve on the hospital board, and I get to see how if there's an area that you feel like needs improvement, they work on it. They're going, here's what we're going to do. They get a plan together, and they make sure that there's, a plan in action to try to make sure that that's taken care of.
It's extremely important. I mean, patient safety is the huge push for us now. It's our general focus, and ensuring satisfaction of the patients. And in years past, the hospital associations would get together and we celebrate, 90% error-free or safety, and we need to celebrate 100%.
Exactly.
We have got to push for that 100% and ensure that everybody's receiving the highest quality of care in the safest possible environment. So it's just exciting the things
Well,
that
it's
are
a big
coming.
job that you have taken on, but we feel like you're up for it. And,
Well,
and
I am.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's
I'm
great.
having a blast.
Thanks for being here,
Thank
Kim.
you. Thank you.
Well, let's see. Now, our regular also on here is our Justin
I
Potter
know,
library
she's our
person,
Coco
Kathy.
host.
Yeah, she's the Coco.
You gotta keep y'all in line here.
That's right.
Well, I know your year's
Let's all
kind of-
practice. Shh. No.
like that's possible. But I know your year's winding down a little too, but you still got a few things going on at the library,
We
right?
still have a few things going
Yeah.
on. Our computer classes are continuing. As you know, we received a grant back last year. And I don't think people realize that in a lot of rural counties across the country, libraries provide more than just checking books in and out. People think, that's all we do. But we've kind of become teaching outpost. We help people look for jobs. We have Wi-Fi. We have copying. We have faxes. We also a notary. So, and we have a wonderful genealogy room. So we provide a lot of different services, and especially people in this economic time that come in just for the Wi-Fi or to look up something, students coming in. So we have been fortunate enough through the Rural Library Computer Grant funded by the Secretary of State, the Department of Economic and Community Development, and the USDA. The Alexander and the Justin Potter libraries in the county have been able to offer their patrons access to free computer classes and labs, which enables them to, to learn more about a variety of topics dealing with computers. And between the two libraries, we've had 22 different topics, including Microsoft Word, basic computer skills, which is what a lot of people wanted. We've kind of listened to feedback on what the community needed. Microsoft Excel, job searches, resume writing, and Photoshop. And we've, with this in mind, classes were offered on disaster and volunteer. We partner with the Red Cross and help them with some of their disaster training classes. So we've kind of partnered with different areas, to bring the computer labs to them. So that's been a big help. We've had 12 instructors with approximately 450 students participating in over 200 hours of class time.
Wow.
I think just from the feedback,
just in the last year.
Wow. We started this last fall, and this is kind of winding down. This is the last month of the grant. So we're trying to, and we're going to actually have a few more classes. We're kind of getting those in. So December 7th and December the 14th, from 3 to 5 o'clock at Justin Potter Library, we will have a computer lab. And this is kind of just a lab where people can ask different questions and they get a little help on, set up emails or just different subjects like that, which has been very popular. Mm-hmm. And then there's going to be a basic computer class at the Alexander Library on Wednesday, December the 12th, and that's from 1 to 3. So we want to thank everyone for coming and attending the classes.
Do they have to call to reserve a spot?
They do need to call the library, and they can call Justin Potter at 597-4359 or the Alexander Library at 529-4124 and reserve a spot, because it's limited, really, seating on these. So we want to thank everyone for attending the classes. Actually, one of the trainers, the TEL trainer, the Tennessee Electronic Library trainer, was from Tennessee Tech. And he actually received Trainer of the Year, TEL Trainer of the Year.
Yay.
So we've had some wonderful trainers. We've had some local people. Some of our Off the Beaten Path group attended a class, and Claudia Lee actually helped teach one of the classes. So not only have they attended the classes,
she is so versatile. She is like this incredible woman.
So we've had a lot of people come back to a lot of our different classes. So we felt fortunate to be able to bring this service to the community free.
Right.
So, and there's so many people that you would be surprised. I mean, from all age ranges. The older people want to learn how to just turn the computer on, operate the little mouse.
Well, there's lots of folks who, may have just never had an opportunity.
So this kind of gives them opportunity to do that.
And it gives you, you need to do it. But how do you jump in?
Yeah.
And so this has been great. The library's very accessible to folks.
Well, we've had a great time doing it. It's been a busy time, but it's been well worth it just from the feedback we've received from the public on this. And we will be doing some other computer classes probably in the next, few months, but we're going to kind of slow down just a little bit now, get caught up on some things, but we will be doing that. And I do want to thank my staff, because without Rochelle Turner, bless her heart, it's been a hectic year, because she's had to find the trainers, schedule the classes for both libraries, and it's been just like I say, a whirlwind. Yeah. But like I say, we have had a great time doing this, and we've wanted to do this for the public, and I think it's been an overwhelming success. And then Susan's there's a lot of upkeep on computers. Let me tell you, you have to update those little things all the time. So Susan Goldstein's been doing that about every week or two. So there's a lot of things goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, as soon as you update it, it's out of date.
Oh, it is. It's just, it is. So we've had a great time doing this, and I hope that the public has enjoyed this. And like I said, we'll be giving some more classes in the future. And in January, we will have our book sale, our semi-annual book sale. So we're getting ready for that.
I know.
We're already getting a lot of donations, and we do appreciate all the donations that people are giving us.
I may have a couple of boxes.
Yeah. So January the 19th at the library through February the 9th, we will be having our book sale.
Although my book, I've donated and then I've taken back as many as I've donated. So it's really just a book swap.
Yeah. It's kind of like they take them home and read them, and then they donate them back. So that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We enjoy that. So we do get a lot of great donations. And anything that we can't use in the library, we have gotten a lot of books that we actually needed for all
Make
three
a little
libraries.
money.
Because we do have 3 libraries,
Yeah.
so we do need those. And anything we can't use, we do put in our book sale, and then we buy more books. So they're recycled, and we just put them back
That's
to
what it
use.
should be.
So
So
that's
you
great.
bring any good used books,
We
but
need-
no
As I say,
Yeah.
no textbooks, magazines, or encyclopedias.
Okay,
Please.
gotcha. We're so blessed to have
I know, I love the
libraries in this
library.
county.
Yep.
Okay, well, we got a couple of customer appreciations coming up. Liberty State Bank's Customer Appreciation Open House will be at the Liberty Branch on December the 7th.
That's Friday.
Yes, and then DeKalb Community Bank's Open House and Customer Appreciation will be at all branches December 7th and 8th. Jen, I know you're going to love this next event we're going to talk about.
Yes.
It's, I don't even know if I've got it down right, but Graydon Kurtz's here, and he's going to get me all straightened out on this. The Smithville Church of God's Bethlehem Experience or Walkthrough, or, you know, they've been doing this for years. They did a drive-through for years, and now they've been doing walkthrough.
There's so much talent in your
Thank
church.
you.
This is always a fantastic thing.
Oh, absolutely. So give us the info on it.
Yeah, we did the drive-through for many years for everyone that they got to enjoy that for. And then we took a year off or a year or two off there, and we're trying to find a way to keep things fresh and do something different, because it's like anything, you do something long enough and it just kind of becomes, oh, this is what we do at Christmas. And so last year we got the idea we want to do something a little more personal, something that, because when you drive through, it was kind of disconnected, and try to kind of focus on the Christmas story, because if you ever went to our drive-through, we kind of went from the birth all the way through the Ascension, and it's kind of a fast forward through the New Testament there, the Gospels there. And so this is all about the birth, and what we're really trying to, if you've ever heard the Casting Crowns song While You Were Sleeping, that was really kind of the inspiration for what we're trying to, the message we're trying to convey is that we hope you enjoy what you see, because you get there and they've got the huge camel out front, which is just neat, and you know, we have all the animals, and people are buying and selling, and we've got just wonderful actors that really play up the busy streets, and everyone has a good time with it. But the real story there is that we look back on the gospel story and Jesus being born, and we have these pretty nativities that look all nice and everything's beautiful and everybody's hair's fixed and, you know, everything's clean and all this type of stuff. But if we could rewind back there, you know, this baby was just born out in the back and nobody cared. You know, there was this nice, warm, busy, bustling street with people throwing parties and having a good time. But it wasn't necessarily a good time for the Savior. You know, we think it was. We thought, oh, well, shepherds came and stuff, but they were just out back. No one had room for them. No one even really cared about them, and so it's not so different today. You know, we look back and we think, oh, you know, how could people be so ignorant that, you know, the Savior of all the world was right in their backyard and nobody even turned around to even take notice. But we live in a country that's kind of blessed and cursed. You know, we have, you know, my Bible on my cell phone. You know, you can. The Gideons are great. You can get free New Testaments and things, but we're so saturated with it that it's just doesn't sink into many people, and it's hard to get across, and people have become jaded because of hypocrisy or any kind of things that have happened in their lives, and so we're hoping this is a way that we can tell the same story. It's the same message Pastor Jeff preaches from our pulpits on Sundays, but presented in a way that we hope that kind of maybe resonates with people that may not would attend church normally. We hope it blesses everyone, you know, all the believers, but we really, you know, our primary goal is to see people saved and see people blessed, and to know that it's a good news. You know, it's not something where we're saying we're better than you, or that, you know, look at what I am or where I've come or anything. It's more that this is good news to everybody, and there really is a blessing that we've got that we think that we can offer you, and we hope that people can kind of see that, and as they walk through realize that, you know, it's maybe even more accessible than it was back then, and unfortunately people are still kind of asleep to the fact that it's just they're so close to a blessing. We hope we can kind of put them in a position where they can be blessed.
Oh, I love the way you said that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm a visual person. I think it'll be such a blessing to so many people where you go in and you don't just read it, but you actually kind of get a visual of
right. Yeah. The whole sense is, you know, you'll go from inside to outside, and that's my favorite part of it is. With all the people selling and all the bodies inside the building, it gets really warm and you have all the hustle and bustle, but the nativity's outside. And so you walk from that nice warm interior to outside, out back in the dark and the cold and the damp. And that's where Jesus is, not on the inside where everything's friendly and everything's bustling and everybody seems like they're having such a good time. They're just out there with the animals. Not that real stark kind of contrast. It's supposed to be kind of dreary and rainy, which I think in a way may punctuate the point maybe a little better, you know, because you kind of walk out and it's like, oh, I want to go back inside, and you think, well, no doubt they thought the same thing. You know, Mary and Joseph, no doubt, they would have much rather been in the inn. They would have much rather they would have felt more blessed to be somewhere else. But it's just it's a wonderful visual, like you say, to be able to put together that, you know, wow, God was really willing to do that. I'm not sure that I would be.
And what are the dates and times again?
It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It starts at 6:30 p.m. It'll be 6:30 to 8:30 on Friday and Saturday, and 6:30 to 9 on Sunday. We don't really just cut off. You know, if you show up, we're going to see that you get to go through, but we try to start winding down around 8:30 on Friday and Saturday and 9 on Sunday. So
and it's kind of like an open house, right? You can come anytime.
Any size group. What we'll do is you'll start out in our sanctuary. We'll have Christmas music and some carols being played and things like that, and we'll take you over like in groups of about 20. So if it's just you by yourself, or if you've got a group of 10, 20, or 30, we can accommodate you and get you through, and you'll kind of sit and get to enjoy some nice Christmas music, and then we'll take you through a group at a time.
That's great.
And so, yeah, anytime between 6:30, 8:30, 6:30, 9 on Sunday, just come, and hope everyone has a really good time.
Well, what's the charge for this grade?
It's completely free. It's kind of one of those. We never want to you can't put a price on being able to share the gospel, and I understand we have fundraisers and all that stuff, but it was really important when we started this. The walkthrough is always free, and especially our target audience, even though we want everyone, like I say, the believers and everyone to be blessed, and we're blessed by doing it, but our primary audience are people really that we want to be able to reach with the message that just, for whatever reason, haven't received it or has had trouble with receiving that message before. So everything's free of charge. We'll have some refreshments when you're done, some like hot chocolate, coffee, and maybe some cookies or something when they get done. And you get to meet Pastor Jeff and Sister Teresa Armstrong, our pastoral family. And but everything's free of charge, and we just hope everyone comes out and has a real good time.
Sounds like a great Christmas blessing.
December 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yes.
6 to 8:30 nightly, and for more information, call 597-1419.
That's
Miss
it.
Evelyn will give you all the info you need, right?
She's on top of things. She'll fix you up.
That's right.
Hey, Jim, let's talk about the 4th annual Christmas Toy Drive, Singing for Toys.
This sounds like a great event. We are, this is another great opportunity to use our brand new County Complex Auditorium.
Yes.
So this Saturday night, the doors open at 4 and the singing starts at 6 p.m. Have a couple of different organization or groups right on time and for the Lord, which they're both, you know, I've heard them both before and they're fantastic.
Good. So
this is a toy drive where they are singing as entertainment, but there are no tickets. You have to come. The cost of admission is one unwrapped small toy per person, or one unwrapped large toy per family. And those toys are going to be shared with needy folks here in the community to make sure everyone's having a good Christmas.
And you know, it's so much more fun to give, you know, and then get to have this special experience there. Sean Driver, I think, is one of the part of the group for Right on Time.
Right on Time.
Oh, they're fabulous.
Yeah.
So, and
Both of these these
For
are
the
like
Lord.
these are some rocking bands.
Yeah,
I mean, you'll
it's gonna
have
be-
some guitars and some drums.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And this is this will bring the roof down, I'm sure.
well, talk about bringing the roof down. You know, the Christmas open house at Caney Fork Electric is coming up, and let me tell you, they packed the house out.
I know, and
Yeah.
guess what?
Vicki King is here this morning to talk about it.
Talk
And
about it.
she's
Hey,
brought us all a
Vicki.
cookbook.
Oh,
Yay.
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So good to be here. Let me hold the cookbook up so we can get a really
Yeah,
good
get a shot
shot
of
of
it.
this. Now, we want everyone to see our 22nd edition of the Caney Fork Electric Cooperative Cookbook. And, you know, listening to you girls talk this morning, I think I'm going to have to start looking for real estate in DeKalb County.
Well, you just come on, Vicki.
I think it's great. I come down here once a year, and y'all have so many events and activities. And, of course, we try to be a part of that with our Christmas open house. This year, it's going to be Thursday, December the 13th. 3 to 6 p.m. at our cooperative office. And like I said, this is the 22nd year that we produced a cookbook, and we are very excited. Vicki and her elves have been working. And
All of them are tested and tried and true, right?
all of them are
Yeah.
tested, and I have some wonderful ones this year. But you will be able, if you come to our Christmas open house, to sample 4 different recipes. That's one of the things that we do. We prepare 4 of the recipes, and you get to sample those, and I make some recommendations. And, you know, that's always fun. And then the wonderful part about this is not only do I get to visit with the cooperative members or people that just stop by the open house, and of course everyone is welcome, but people bring me recipes for next year's book. And I get some
wondered
wonderful
how that
ones.
worked.
Yeah,
I
they
did a taste tester.
Yeah.
Jen and I
Yeah,
are
right.
really
You know,
good at
I'm
that.
okay with judging food.
and you know,
Saying.
funny little story that I have. Of course, you ladies know my husband, but I was preparing one of the recipes, and he looked at me just as serious, and he said, "I'm not going to eat that." And I said, "Okay, that's fine." I went ahead and prepared it. 2 helpings later, he said, "You know, this is pretty good." So, you know,
had to eat his words.
yes, he had to eat his words.
No
I
pun
was
intended.
so glad.
Oh, you got
Oh,
my joke. Nobody ever gets my joke, ever.
Why did he use words?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got so excited somebody got me, yeah.
So what we want to do is invite everyone to stop by our Christmas open house. It's like I said, it's December the 13th from 3 to 6. Everyone that stops by receives a free cookbook. We print 3,500 each year. We do hold an open house at all of our offices. So I'll start on Monday in
So you're
McMinnville.
busy the next week.
Yeah, and then we go to Sparta, and Thursday we're in Smithville, and then we end up in Spencer. But so we want everyone to stop by our office, visit with us, sample some of our recipes, get a free cookbook, and we'd just love to see you.
Oh, well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for being here. I'm excited. I'll be there for sure.
What a nice way to say thank you to your customers.
That's exactly what we're doing. Thank you for being part of our cooperative.
Oh, thanks,
And I
Vicki.
have to say,
Oh.
she says she doesn't live in the county, but she's such a supporter of the
Yeah.
county, of the
Everything that's
library,
going
because
on.
she helps us out every year with Older Americans Day and giving, you know, donations for that. So we really appreciate Vicki and the
Thank
county
you. We
for it.
try.
Yes,
We'd
we
love to
think
do
of you
that.
as part of this
Wonderful
community.
job.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, Jen,
Yes?
I got some good news and bad news.
Tell me.
Well, the good news is
Good news first, please.
the DeKalb County Complex Community Theater is presenting the Nutcracker. December 20th.
Here in the
The
county.
bad news,
It's sold out.
it's sold out. Yeah, everybody's called the chamber, but I'm so sorry. Next year we'll do 2 performances.
Yeah, isn't that great?
I know, but anyway, I barely got my 3 tickets, on time myself. So anyway, I'm sorry it's sold out, but I'm so glad that the community's supporting this.
Yeah, and it is a great event. Starting at 6 o'clock, they're bringing in all kinds of things to make it a very festive event. So if you are lucky enough to have had a ticket, the ticket will say 7 o'clock, but all the festivities start at 6.
Yeah,
so
get
make
there
sure
early.
you come early so
Get
you
it
can take
5.
advantage. Yeah, maybe even 5.
And get your tickets earlier next year. Yeah. Well, let's talk, Jen, quickly. Blood Assurance has got a public drive coming up. I always
Yep.
let you announce those. For some reason, since you're a doctor's wife, I think you should have the honor of doing the blood stuff.
Talking about blood
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I get to do the
I don't know what that
phlebotomy.
means.
I get to do the phlebotomy announcement. All right, so the Blood Assurance Public Drive is December 27th. So you get your fill of all the holiday stuff. You're good and healthy.
Get your blood
and
sugar up.
Get your blood sugar up and come out to Family Medical Center in the morning from 9 to 11:15, and then at DeKalb Community Hospital from 1 to 4. So they just try and do that to make it convenient for different folks. That is December 27th. That's a Thursday?
I have no clue.
I think it's probably a Thursday. But Blood Assurance is our local provider for all the blood that is used here in the hospital for any type of occasion, whether it's a planned surgery or emergency. So blood is always needed. Different types are always needed, and so we hope folks will come out and support that. It's really giving a life.
Yes.
All you have to do is just sit there and get drained. It's
Oh,
not that
make
hard.
you weigh less afterwards. Maybe we ought to say it's a weight loss thing. Yeah.
Oh, no, that might be
You
dangerous.
have lines at the door.
I'm sorry. Anyway, okay, now let's talk about Friends of DeKalb County Foster Children. They're in need of donations. Now, the Department of Children's Services, now they provide for everyday needs all throughout the year, and we appreciate that, but they don't have the funding to provide like Christmas gifts.
Right.
So we have good-hearted people like Annette Greek who collect,
For years.
Yes, for years.
For years.
She collects the money and buys the gifts for this, these children. And you can make your donation at FG Webb and Sons Gifts on the Smithville Square. And the reason they ask for cash donations or actually writing a check is because, the children are all different ages. And,
Right.
and it'd be too hard to try to do any kind of...
Right, and we are actually talking in some families there might be multiple children, and so they are sensitive to making sure that it's what those children want,
Yes.
not necessarily just a doll for her and a train for him. They try and be very specific and make it a wonderful Christmas for kids who might in other ways wish that they were someplace else.
Yes, absolutely.
And we want to make Christmas for everyone.
Well, so make your checks payable to the DeKalb County Foster Children Fund. And then if you need more information, just call Miss Annette at 597-4186.
And while you are there dropping off your check, make sure that you poke around. What a fabulous...
Go shopping.
Have you been to Webb's lately?
Oh, my goodness. So many unique things and beautiful things and so many good ideas that you don't see just in those big commercial
And a wide
mall
variety of
situations.
price ranges. I mean, you can get teacher gifts for $5 or $6 all the way up to, a really special gift for that special someone. So
Yes.
it's fabulous. A great
So
place to
many
shop.
Go downtown. We got Granny's Gold Mine. Don't say we don't have anything. We do. We've got, Flutie's shoes. What woman does not want more shoes? I mean, my closet is full and I could still use
You
another
can't go
pair.
wrong.
You cannot go wrong. I mean, and then, the clothes store.
And even our hair salons, you think, hair
they've got
salon.
gifts in there.
Oh my gosh,
Purses
scarves.
and
Scarves are really in this
luggage
year. And there's some of
yes,
those
all
scarves
kinds
out
of
and
hair
about.
stuff.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah.
Get your shopping done
All right.
local.
Now, Jen, I know you're going to be proud about this next thing. The Leadership DeKalb class of 2010
I know.
came up with a class project, and this is it. Tell
Those
them what it is.
spunky gals. This is my only class that was all women. And when all those applications came in, and I thought, holy cow, am I going to have all women? How did that happen? And I really wasn't sure whether it was going to work out or not. Here it is. 3 years later, they are still working on a project that started as their class project. It is called the Senior Angel Tree. And of course, we all love the angel tree that Laura Stone and lots of folks pull together for our 12 and under crowd. But my class looked at that and said, we have seniors at NHC and in our community. We have seniors who have no one and no Christmas. And so so they looked at that group and said, let's give something back to them. And so it's the same type of plan of, instead of it being 12 and under, it's actually our seniors in our community making sure that they get a Christmas as well. So you can go to Creative Styles and also DeKalb County Florist. They both have the list of folks, and it's just like the angel tree that you take someone's name off of the tree, make those purchases, and bring them back to that same location by December 14th.
If you need more information on that, call Tawana Green at 931-235-3853. And great job, guys. I know you're proud.
Yep.
Well, I want to remind everyone the American Cancer Society invites you to make a special donation in honor of or in memory of a loved one during the holidays through Love Lights a Tree. I'm sure you've seen the memory board.
Yeah, and it looks
on
beautiful.
The south side of the courthouse.
It adds a lot of beauty to that side of the courthouse too.
It does.
So nice.
And it's a minimum of $5 per name is requested, and you can pick up a form at any of our local banks.
That's right.
All right, Jen, let's finish up with some Leadership DeKalb news.
Oh, well, as you've already heard, Leadership DeKalb was ever so valuable in the prayer breakfast, where we didn't, as far as we know, make any
Didn't spill anything.
no
Anyway.
spills, no
Good,
dry
good.
cleaning bills
Good.
whatsoever. So
No.
we deem that as a huge success.
It was a great success.
But on that day, we actually studied the local government, and I want to say a big thank you to the DeKalb County government, Mike Foster, John Green, all the folks. I sent the class out in teams to compete in a little scavenger hunt, and guess what the prize was? A caney fork. booklet. I had a couple extra notebooks left over, and that was the prize for the winning team. So,
Yes.
So I have to
thank
call
you for
next
it.
year and get some cookbooks.
I
to give
know.
away,
Okay,
yeah.
well, yeah.
Just call. We'll see what we can do.
We'll work it out. But we had loads of fun because I divided them out, and they kind of had to figure out which, it's a scavenger hunt. They had to figure out where to go to get the information that was on the game. And we had so much fun. But I want to say a huge thank you to everyone in the county complex building, because we wreaked havoc for about an hour and a half. Because it was, several groups, and they were, not quiet. I mean, it wasn't school. They didn't have to be quiet in the hallway, so why be quiet in the hallway? But we had a big time and learned a lot about county government, and so we are very appreciative that everyone is tolerant of us and so willing to be a part of us learning and having fun at the same time. And a big thank you to the DeKalb County Times and DeKalb Farm Bureau for being our lunch sponsors for the day. Thank you for Suzanne for pulling a rabbit out of the hat. Actually, we didn't have rabbit for lunch, but Suzanne pulled a rabbit out of the hat. So again, I want to say thank you to our class for serving and providing speaker support. And I also want to say a couple of little things that are connected to my class this year. That Brush Creek Baptist Church is also doing their drive-through this weekend. So blessings on all four corners of our county. You could go anywhere. Keltonburg United Methodist Church is also doing their living what do they call it? Living Nativity Scene this weekend. And also Elizabeth Chapel has their Living Christmas Tree program, and that starts tonight, actually, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you might want to go to Elizabeth Chapel tonight so that you can free yourself up. Go every night, something fabulous going on. So the message is definitely out there. We hope that you have a wonderful and Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. And, I've just got to say, the Smithville, Alexandria, and Liberty parades were not only fantastic,
great.
Had huge crowds.
Well, the weather helped.
The weather did help.
And we, Boy Scouts were marching and having lots of fun, and the kids, we teach them throw underhand, because, they'll go ping, like, whatever, boys. So we're, like, throwing underhand. And in the past, you throw big handfuls, and they got about halfway, right where the 56 and 70, and the boys are looking at their bags. There were so many people. It was such a fabulous event.
Throwing one piece of candy.
Yeah, one piece. It was a lot easier for them to throw underhand with just one little piece. But it was such a great event, and thank you to everyone who participated in that. Whether they're coming out to cheer on the people who were there or the judges. I know there are lots of folks who were there to pull it together, and a big thank you to the Smithville Fire Department for putting that great event on for the community.
Well, and I want to say a big thank you to DTC TV for allowing me to co-host the Smithville Parade with our own famous celebrity, Tom Duggan.
I know, there he is.
I was on the stage with Tom Duggan. I was so excited. Anyway, and I would have been really nervous, but I'm like, Tom, I know you're going to carry me, so really, all I got to do is say, sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's incredible, honestly. So anyway, and I think all the local parades will be broadcast on DTC TV all through the month of December. So if you missed it in person, you still got a chance to see it on DTC
That's right.
TV. Well, anyway, Jen, you know what we always say? The Chamber wants to promote your news or special events, so if we didn't do it, we didn't know about it.
That's right. Please contact us and let us know.
Call me.
It's so easy, and we love to spread the good news of anything that's going on.
Yes, and it just means I just missed it by accident, not by on purpose. So just give me a call at 597-4163 or email me at DeKalbTN@dtccom.net, and we'll spread the word. Thank you to my co-host,
Yay.
Leadership DeKalb Director Jen Sherwood.
Hey, Suzanne.
What? Oh,
I won't see you till next year.
really? Oh.
Because next year is January. Our next show is in January.
Yeah.
She got you.
It's a little funny.
Not really. You know, I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
I know.
Again. We can't be without each other 2 or 3 days without calling and saying, come on, we got to do something. So, but anyway, and to all our guests, weren't they fun?
Yay, thank you all so much.
Oh, my
Thank you.
goodness.
And we hope the best for all of your events. We appreciate hearing all about them.
We appreciate
Yes.
y'all promoting our events.
Absolutely.
Well, we love it.
We love it.
And thank you to WJLE and DTC TV for sponsoring the Chamber Chat. And we especially appreciate our listening audience. And
All
everybody,
7 of you.
What do we want to say to everybody out there?
Merry Christmas.